Good morning, Red Hot fam. You got June.
And Tina.
Well, we got someone really special today. In fact, we finally found him because we were supposed to meet him last July here in Cebu, but now we're so lucky to be able to speak with him. We got singer, songwriter, producer, and even like a basketball aspirant, if I should say that,
Mhm.
Elijah Woods. Hi,
What's up? What's
Elijah.
up?
Welcome to I-101. How are you?
Awesome. I'm so good. Thanks for having me. And I've never actually been introduced as a basketballer, so I'm for it. Honestly, that should be number one. It's like 6'5", played basketball, also sings.
Exactly. Because where do you get that combination, right?
The best, honestly. Yeah, rarity here.
Can I just go to that right away? When you were like really so into basketball in your younger days, was there a particular team you wanted to be part of?
I always wanted to play for the Lakers. I always wanted to play. Yeah, I was a big Kobe Bryant fan, and I mean, it was either the
Oh,
Lakers or the Cleveland Cavaliers, and not just like Cleveland, but Los Angeles was a little bit more enticing. And now I can happily say I live in Los Angeles, but I don't play for the Lakers, so kind of a juxtaposition of careers here.
anyone from the Lakers you want to meet?
I mean, now LeBron James, but he wasn't there
LeBron James.
when I was growing up. But that'd be pretty cool.
Awesome, awesome. Final question about basketball and position in the court. What
I
would your
played shooting
position be?
guard. I played shooting guard, which is
Nice.
funny because I was the smallest guy. I was the tallest guy in my town, and then I went to play in Toronto. I grew up in this really, really small town, but I went to go play in Toronto, and I showed up, and all these dudes are like 6'10", which in meters is like over 2 meters tall, and
Wow.
I'm like 196, which is really tall. But I was playing with all these dudes who are huge, big, big guys, and I was always a good shooter. I could always hit a 3-pointer and do the thing, and I was pretty good. And then I played with these guys, and I was like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna happen for me.
I
Oh
see
man.
Suns and shooting guards. That's quite a combination, right? Seems to be a
Yeah,
pattern I'm seeing.
yeah, singing shooting guard. Honestly, maybe that's the album too. Maybe that's the album two title, singing shooting guard.
Yeah. But Pisces Suns, they're known to be really deep individuals and writers and producers. That's also
Yeah,
another clear pattern right there.
you know what? And the Pisces symbol kind of looks like a basketball, so there's something to be said there.
Oh, that's right. The Taurus field and all that. Good catch, right? All right, let's go back to the question that June was going to ask.
No,
Sorry
but
about
really,
that.
Elijah, first things first, after talking about basketball, we were supposed to meet you here for your tour. What is your message to all the Cebuanos and all the Filipinos who would have wanted to see you here in Cebu?
Oh, I'm so heartbroken, and it was such a tough decision to not be able to come to Cebu. One thing I always try to lead with is I need to make sure that everybody's safe, and that is all the fans first, and including my team, and making sure that everybody's okay. And it was a really, really difficult decision because my first time in the Philippines ever was last year, and the show was just out of control. It was so much fun. I had so much fun with my Filipino fans, and I see all the numbers on Spotify, I see all the comments on TikTok, and I made it real by going there and like experiencing the Filipino culture and the people. And this time we went back and we were like, heck yeah, we're gonna do Manila and Cebu and keep growing in the Philippines and do the thing. And then of course you guys got rocked with this insane typhoon, and I landed I think during the like worst of it, and I was like,
Oh
oh
my
my god, it's
goodness.
insane here. Our hotel was like flooding, and I was like, this is a lot. Like this is crazy. So I was on social media being like, everyone please stay safe. And then I got a note from my promoter being like, hey, we might not be able to get you there. We need to put everybody's safety at the forefront here. And then I immediately was like, absolutely, like it's not worth anybody getting locked out of their house or putting themselves at risk to come see me, because I'll just come back and it'll be that easy. So
Yes,
to all my Cebu
definitely.
fans, yeah, if you're listening, know that I love you and know that I see you, and I cannot wait to come back, and we will do this in a much safer way when there's not flooding.
Definitely. So, Tina, you want to ask that other question?
Well, I kind of was, but then he answered it. The guy's psychic. What can I say?
We're in touch. We got telecommunication going
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Because
I
we were going to
know.
ask you next, what was memorable about the Asian leg of your trip? But
Right,
you
right.
wouldn't answer that. Well, anything more to add on that topic then?
I mean, Southeast Asia as a whole has just been so kind and so loving to me.
Mm.
Specifically, the Philippines, I'll remember it forever. And the show included in Manila, was just so loud, and everybody's singing all these songs, and it's so rewarding for me to like I had my head down in the studio for half the year making all this music, and then to be able to go to a place that speaks a different language and is so far away from where I grew up, and have these songs that I wrote about my life react in a foreign country is just so beyond me. So I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful, and I really try to take specific moments on stage during songs to like solo in on specific people in the crowd and just experience what they're experiencing and try to be as present as possible, because it's really overwhelming. It's one of those things that, like, I don't know if a lot of people talk about it, but like if you take a second and think about what's actually going on, I'm like, who gets to do this? What an opportunity. Like, what, are you kidding me? It's like this little love song I wrote about my wife because I have like little sad boy emotions, like, and then you're singing it back to me, or it's made up.
That's really awesome. And you mentioned your wife. Tina and I were talking about it because I know you wrote a song for her, but has anyone asked you to write a song for their wedding too?
Yeah, like if you want one, I got you. If yeah, if you got a wedding coming up, I got you. But I get requests a lot to perform at weddings and to sing at weddings.
Um,
We have some friends getting married in the fall, and they asked me to sing a song for them, and I was like, no chance, like absolutely not. I'm not going to do that for your close friends because I want to party, I want to enjoy the wedding. I'm not going there to work. Like, this is not work. So, um, I, I got a close friend to record a piece of music that I wrote for their wedding, so that'll be a nice one. That's like a good way to do it, because otherwise it's just like you're showing up and then you're working and you're not enjoying the thing, and like then I'm just thinking about like, oh, I want to sing well and I got to preserve my voice and make sure everyone's having a good time, and like, not for me, not for me. I want to show up and celebrate in the way that everybody celebrates.
that's nice. That's nice. Well, Tina's got a producer question for you.
What do you find most satisfying about songwriting? I mean, what gets you to write? I mean, you mentioned having sad boy emotions and writing like it's off a journal and something like that. That's very personal. So, what is it that motivates you to write? Like, what's the message that you want to bring out to the world with your work?
I think I think at the end of the day, I treat songwriting like it's a journal, and then the stuff that feels like it'll last longer than just writing on a page and just stream of consciousness. That's the stuff that ends up coming out, and for me, it's not really about, oh, here's this big grand message of unity that I'm presenting to the world. I think it's much smaller than that. In terms of, like I said about the shows, is if I can make a song that makes you, Tina, feel seen on Tuesday morning at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. when you're exhausted and tired and feeling lonely, and that song brightens your day a little bit, then that is what motivates me, and that is what keeps me alive. Is the one-on-one human connection. It's you're sitting in your car feeling like, oh, I was kind of having a tough day, but then this song came on and it like made me feel better, or it made me feel so sad that all of a sudden I feel better. Like, my favorite is when I'm really sad and I find a song that like mirrors that. I almost feel like, oh, like I see myself in this and I see you in this, and then there's that level of human connection. And for me, that's what I'm always striving for. And it's one of those things that I didn't think about when I started songwriting. I was just like, oh, I like writing songs, and it's not more complicated than that, and they're
Right.
fun little things, and I enjoy producing them and writing them and the whole thing. But to have that like one-on-one human connections, especially at shows, is just so, it's so strange. It's like, I don't know, maybe actors probably experience that, and the way when they like perform a great role and they feel like they've maybe portrayed a character really well to make a group of people feel seen. But I get to do it on so many levels with so many different pieces of art and so many different fans and people from across the world. So feeling seen and having people feel seen, I think, is what really motivates me.
Thank you. Thank you. That was deep. We need more of that, don't we?
Yes, we do. I was wondering, Elijah, do you have like a notebook you keep all these thoughts in? Like a tiny notebook you put in your pocket? Like,
Mm.
what about you? What is your process?
My thing is it's the thing that's always with you, and for me, it's always been my phone and my voice notes. I'm a big I've tried to keep journals over the years, but I always end up like, I don't reach for them when I'm in the studio, and sometimes I'll scratch something down. But even when I scratch something down, I'll take a picture of it just so I have it with me at all times, because I never know when I'm going to write a song. Like, it might be on the road in the Cebu green room, and I'll be like, oh, I feel really inspired, and like this idea was really great, and I always have my phone with me. Sometimes I forget my journal somewhere or whatever it is, and then I'm like, oh, what was that thought I had, and this whole thing. So I collect voice notes everywhere I go. So even this year, I think in Manila actually, there was a couple little ideas and just some things that fans had said to me, and I was like, oh, that's a really sweet way to say that, and I'll just write it down and then just forget about it for 6 months, and then I'll go back into my voice notes and see what strikes when I'm writing songs. And Um, yeah, for me, it's just the thing that's always with you, and that's always been my phone.
And you never ever lost your phone because I always lose my phones. It's such a terrible thing.
Knock on wood.
Has it
I'm
ever
knocking on wood
happened to
right
you?
now. No, no, yeah, no, no, not yet, not yet. So, yeah, that would
Excellent.
not be good. They would be
That would
a
not
bunch
be
of
good.
terrible. There'd be a bunch of terrible, terrible lyrics and a bunch of chicken scratchy like notes and just like horrible voice memos of like nothing songs that would get leaked, and that would not be good. Be ugly, ugly stuff.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I'd like to see those notes one day.
Oh no, you don't. No, you don't.
One day, Tina, one day.
Oh,
It was like an interesting peep into something personal.
yeah.
So we want to know, Elijah, if there's anyone you want to meet, dead or alive.
There's a list of people I'd love to meet that are alive. I think the people that inspire me most are there's this artist named Jeff Buckley. He's one of the artists I grew up listening to, and I think he tragically died so young. I think he died at 27. I think he's part of the 27 Club, but he is, I think, one of the most fluid musicians and songwriters of our generation. And I think there's something funny to be said, like, don't meet your idols because they'll never match up to what is in your head. And I'd be a little bit intimidated to meet him, but he would be up there for me. The other person I'd really love to meet just to pick their brain about like music and the whole thing is actually a lovely Filipino, Bruno Mars, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. But I
Why
just think
not?
I don't know. I mean, he's different. Like that's like superstar, and then there's Bruno Mars. Like he's like he puts out music when he wants, and it just becomes hits. Like it's out of control.
Do you know his roots here in Cebu?
Oh, really? He's from
Yes,
Cebu?
yes. Not he's not from Cebu, but he's got like his great grandmother or something like that. It has some
Mm,
roots here in Cebu.
very
Anyway,
cool.
yes, you're coming up with your debut album, Elijah. This is so funny. You've done so much, and then your debut album. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. It's been a lot of back and forth and a lot of planning. I feel really fortunate to have a platform that I'm even able to release an album and have anybody care. So, one, thank you if you're listening to this because that's insane. And two, the album it's called Can We Talk, and it's coming out October 14th, and it is a collection of a lot of growth and maturity, alongside of some of the most difficult conversations I've had as an adult. And those difficult conversations range from the first time I told somebody I love them, and the times that I had falling out with friends, and times of telling people that they're narcissists and they can't be in my life anymore. And it's all kind of immortalized in this phrase, which I thought just kind of summed it up perfectly. It's just, can we talk? And that text or that note, if you hear that from somebody, you're immediately like, oh shit, what's going to happen? Like, where is this going? What's happening next? And that's ultimately the feeling of like, when this album starts, I want you to be like, oh, where's this going? And the first song really is like that. It's kind of just like, okay, all right, where are we landing? Where are we landing? Where are we landing? And then all of a sudden you land into the second song, which is Could You Love Me? And you're like, okay, this feels familiar, but it feels like there's something we're having a chat about. This feels a little bit intense. So I'm really excited for people to listen to it as a full body of work. I've been hanging on to it for a long time now, and I'm really just like itching for it to come out. And the fact that it's still a month away is just blowing my mind. So I wish it could come out tomorrow. Somebody leak it. Somebody find it and leak it for me, please.
We could, if you let
Yeah,
us.
please, please leak it.
That's so crazy because also the title of your album also makes you feel like, oh, we're gonna have a conversation. So it's not just you singing, but us also, all your fans listening to it and reacting to it, which
I
is
think
I find so amazing.
I think that's the only part that's important about this is like music can exist in a vacuum and nobody can care. And then when it's a conversation and when it's shareable and when it's something that we can all experience as a species, I think that's really important. And maybe not even that grand, but like on a human to human level.
Tina, you got a question?
This part, which he kind of also already answered, which is, what kind of triggers you into writing mode. And I know that you've mentioned in previous interviews that it's about, the things that have recently happened in your life. Yeah, basically more of that. Tell us more of that.
I think it comes from everywhere. I feel like sometimes it'll be as quick as I had a conversation with somebody and they say something really interesting and I'll write it down on my phone and then start strumming
Mhm.
some chords on the guitar and be like, oh, this is interesting, this is really cool. But sometimes it starts from anything. I think as a writer, I'm pretty melody and concept first, and then I figure out the
Mm,
lyrics as they come.
mm.
I just recorded some demos just yesterday because I hadn't written in like months since finishing this album, and I started with this like I got this old it's like this Tascam tape machine, and I put my guitar through that and distorted it to crap, and then just like started playing some stuff, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, so I'll lay that down and then just like mumble over the top of it until I find a melody I like, and then that melody will have some sort of like word shape to it, and that turns into something like, I don't know, almost a phrase, and I'll be like, oh, that's a cool way to say that. I never would have thought to say that logically, but now that I've said that, let's find a story in that and find some like real life experiences that apply to that thing. And like the song yesterday, for example, is like I was just humming nonsense, and then I started singing like, "What if I just fade into you?" And then all of a sudden, I'm thinking like, okay, is that about like losing yourself to somebody, or is that about giving yourself to somebody? Is that about like the juxtaposition of like being a unit and being in love and being together, or is it about being codependent and needing space? And that's really interesting because you can take it one of two ways, and I have no idea where it's going yet. Like
I
that
love
isn't
that
actualized
topic.
yet.
Go with that. I want to hear
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I want to
it's
hear that
really
already.
sick, and there's no
Yeah,
words yet. It's just that and like a bunch of melodies.
exactly.
This really cool guitar thing, and it's like
Yeah, yeah.
it's sick, but I don't know what it is. Like it's not anything yet, but I just love like that part of writing music because you're like, I don't know what this is. Like I don't know what this is yet, but I'm waiting for like the universe to tell me what story I'm telling and what context to add to that.
You know, Elijah, we need to wrap up, but I want to ask you one more question, okay? Before inviting everyone to get your album, we always ask our newscasters this when they're auditioning. If you were stuck in the mall in the middle of the night, who would you rather be chasing you, a werewolf or a zombie? Oh, sorry, a vampire.
Sorry, a werewolf or a vampire?
Vampire. Yeah. Who would you? I don't know.
Okay, so
Those
trying
two
to
are kind of
ration.
related, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind
Werewolves
of.
and
trying to ration this
vampires.
out. Well, because immediately I'm like, which one's gonna end quicker? Because like
Mm.
they both can't survive during daylight. I think a werewolf, because like you would hope that it's not moon or whatever that it's not a full moon, so maybe the
Yes.
werewolf's not coming out tonight. Vampire, you're getting it every night, so like maybe we're on the off chance
Yeah, but it's a
it's not turning
messier
into a werewolf.
death with a
It
werewolf.
is a
The
messier
werewolf's
death. Maybe it's
smart.
quicker though.
Oh, right. That's
And you
right.
know what? Vampire, you got to last eternity. And I'm not trying to be around forever. Like just like immortalized as like this thing. Like see you later. I'm trying
Yeah,
to become a
very
butterfly
good
in the next
point.
life or something.
Oh, butterflies. Wow, a lot of metamorphosis going on there. That's got to be
Yeah.
painful too.
Yeah, look at us. We're
Oh,
fast forwarding a few lifetimes, but
yes.
there you
Well,
go.
that's what it's all about.
I'd rather have a werewolf chasing me. I think it'd be quicker and messier.
Yeah, it's good
So,
stuff for writing.
Yeah, there you
Mm.
go. Yeah, I don't know how that'll work into a song, but I'll figure it out.
so please invite everybody, Elijah, to check out your debut album in October.
I'm very excited to announce my debut album, Can We Talk? It is available on October 14th. It is a collection of songs that I care so deeply about, and I hope you can find some little messages in there that relate to your life. And I hope you feel seen in some of these songs that are some of the realest things I've ever written. And I appreciate you checking out this interview. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate all the time and energy and love you've given me. So I appreciate you, and look forward to seeing you in person.
Thank you so much, Elijah.
Awesome. Thank you guys. That was great.